Hi, my name's Ben. Welcome to Augment Space. Today, I'm going to show you all about creating your own virtuality tours. We're going to start today by logging into our virtuality account on augmentspace.com. To create a project, we simply go to My Projects. We go into Create New Project, and then we just enter the property details. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to call it a test project. We're going to call it number 1 Test Street. You can leave the description blank to start with. This is for the agents to put in their property description when they load up the property. Set it to active and set it to public and just simply click Create Project. Once that's done, we just have to upload the photos that we took using our camera. Find your photos. We don't need to worry about uploading the floor plan just yet. This will take a couple of minutes, so while you wait, just grab a coffee. So we've taken the liberty of skipping ahead using the magic of film and television. The photos are just about all uploaded now, and then we're going to get started straight away. We can see the first preview here. This is the first photo we took at the front of the house. Now if it looks a little bit blurry, don't worry. The system is just optimizing the photos in the background and it shows them in a low resolution so that your computer doesn't go too slowly. So to create the first step into the home, we need to create a hotspot. To do that, simply click Add Hotspot, double click where you want the hotspot to be, and that should be about where you took the previous photo. So we took the next photo in the doorway, we double click, we select the next photo. Here it will show you the name of the image as well. So if you've gone to the effort beforehand of naming the images, such as bedroom 1, bedroom 2, lounge room, living room, you can tell the difference between the photos just by looking at the name of the image. Now it's important when you've shot these photos that you've kept the camera in the same direction the whole way through the home, just to save you a little bit of time afterwards. So we're going to go right ahead and select the next room, and it's going to show us a line which we need to line up. So the bottom image you see is what the next image is that you've selected. The top image is the previous step that you're moving from. Align the two. Once you're happy with that, hit Sequential Hotspot. You should see a little blue button appear, which you can move using this little arrow if you're not quite happy with where it sits, or if you've made a mistake, simply delete it. So we're going to put that hotspot back there, select the next photo, line up the two images, and click Sequential Hotspot. Now the difference between Sequential Hotspot and Target Hotspot is a sequential will automatically create the reverse step. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So we're happy with where that's positioned. We select the next step, and the system automatically creates the reverse step behind us in exactly the right spot. And as you can see, they're both there, and we're happy with both of them. So the next step, if you're unsure which photo was the next one you took, just simply select it in the left-hand column, and you can preview where the next photo was taken from. As you can see, it was taken right next to this rug. So we're going to go back to the previous image and create that hotspot next to that rug. Now it's important when you're lining up the two images that you keep your head horizontal. And what I mean by that is you make sure that the image that you're lining up with is about where you would expect your eyes to look when you're walking through a home. Of course, we all know that you don't walk through a home sideways and maintain the same perspective all the way through. So the system's smart enough to work out that you would be looking in approximately this direction if you're stepping in the same direction. So we create the next sequential hotspot, we move it if we're unhappy with it, and we check that we're happy with how the outcome looks. So as you can see, we've created 3 steps now, and we're happy with all of them. It's important for the user's experience that as they step through the home, that they seem to maintain the same sort of directional facing all the way through. If I click on this button, but all of a sudden I'm facing this way, I lose my sense of space, and that's not the experience we want for the user. Next, I'm going to show you how to create an info hotspot so that you can add more detail into a home. We simply clicked Add Hotspot, double click where we want it to appear, and add info hotspot. This shows us an info hotspot information box. we can add in here the details of, say, for example, our air conditioning controls. And we can add details about that. Submit, and we've just created a text-based information hotspot. We also have the technology to add in images or video on these hotspots. It's the same process: add info hotspot, add a title, and you can click on YouTube and select a video on YouTube and use the embed code to add the video in. Or if you've got an image that's hosted, you can simply just find the hosted image, select the link, and place it here. Okay, so the next thing you need to know about is the default view. Now, if you see here, this is what the final product looks like. And up here we have a list of photos in the gallery. If the user clicks on one, we need to set what the first thing they see is and what the default view is. So looking back at our project, if we create a default view, if somebody selects on this image, this second shot in the lounge room, we select default view. Default view is set for the panorama. If we go to the final product, we select the image, and that's the default view. The next thing to show you is setting titles. So gallery settings, give this image a title. We're going to call this one Lounge Room 1. We hit save. The gallery setting is saved, and in the final virtuality, you can see that the image has the title Lounge Room 1 and the default view is already set. Okay, so next, if you make a mistake or there's an image in there that you don't want or a duplicate, it's pretty easy to get rid of them. All you need to do is select delete panorama. That deletes the image and it's taken out of the project and you don't have to worry about it. As long as you've saved it to your computer, you can add it back in later if you need it. The page will refresh and the panorama is updated and your list of photos is also updated. So that's how you use the editor. So if we go back to project, what we need to do now is set the first image that they see when they load the project. So we need to go down to set default view, find the image that we want them to land on first when they open up the tour, set the view, and clicks to select default view. The page will reload, and we've just created the default view. So to check your work, just simply visit View Final Virtuality, and you can see all the work you've done. Now it's important to note that in the first few hours, the images may appear a little bit blurry. That's because in the background, the system is optimizing the photos, and they'll look a little bit clearer in the next few hours. So make sure you check back after creating the project, just to ensure that that's happened. So next we're going to add floor plans into the project so that the user can navigate via the floor plan and get a better sense of the space. So to do that, all you need to do is click on Work on Floor Plans from the dashboard of the project. Choose to upload. Find your floor plan and upload it. Now when uploading your floor plan, you need to make sure that you're selecting a JPEG file. At this stage, the system can only handle JPEG files. So to add a space, all you need to do is click Add Highlighter. Select the space from where the photo was taken that you want to highlight. Now make sure that you do a neat job of it, unlike I have, because it does show up very clearly if you've done a messy job in the back end. So you click Add this selection, select the panorama, and that'll be added in. Now the preview takes a second to load, so don't stress. You can just continue adding in the rooms. And if you make a mistake, you can just simply click and drag to adjust it. Add in the selection and select the relevant panorama. Now, if you're unhappy with the floor plan, it's easy to get rid of them. Just simply click delete and it'll ask you to make sure you want to delete that floor plan. Then just double check that you've done everything right. simply go back to the project, click View Final Virtuality, and you can see your work. The user can navigate the property using the floor plans here, and as you can see, any mistakes do show up, so make sure you take your time when adding in the floor plan. So once you're happy with the project and everything, all you need to do is quickly go to the shareable link, copy that over, and send that to the agent. Make sure you let them know to add that into the virtual tour section of their multiple listing system. That might be My Desktop, Agent Box. They'll generally know what you mean, but make sure you send them this link so that they can add it into realestate.com and domain. If you have any questions, you can give us a call, speak to Akesh or Ben, and we'll help you out from there. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Ben from Augment Space. Happy snapping.